Welcome back. And right now, Jennifer Crumbley is just back on the stand in a Michigan courtroom, this time to face the prosecution. The mother of the Oxford high school shooter testifying in her own defense today as she faces unprecedented involuntary manslaughter charges for failing to stop her son's deadly rampage. Again, she just took the stand today, and in emotional testimony Thursday, Crumbley said she didn't know her son was struggling with his mental health or would hurt his fellow students.
I've asked myself if I would have done anything differently, and I wouldn't have.
If you could change what happened, would you?
Oh, absolutely. I wish he would have killed us instead.
NBC's Maggie Vespa is joining us from Pontiac, Michigan. So, Maggie, talk to us about what we expect today.
Yeah, so Anna, as you said, she just took the stand moments ago, the jury filing in as we speak. And essentially what we expect is, first thing, prosecution will begin their cross-examination of America's first parent to ever be charged with crimes tied to the mass school shooting committed by their child. The prosecution expect to kind of drill down on their core argument. It's been their core argument this entire time that Jennifer Crumbley essentially willfully ignored, and they say flagrantly ignored, criminally, they believe, clear warning signs that her son was struggling with his mental health, that he was having violent thoughts, exhibiting violent behavior, and also declining to get him help for that behavior, for those struggles when he asked. Again, that's their argument. That's what we expect. But yesterday, it was the defense's turn. She was their first witness called. She was on the stand being questioned by her attorneys. And essentially, she said that she and her son had a close relationship, have one. She said, I thought he could come to me about anything. He had come to me about his concerns about anxiety, but about kind of normal teenage things, like what's he going to do after high school? Does he go to college? Does he go into the military? She said, I was involved with making sure his grades stayed up and that he turned in his homework on time. She said, essentially, she had no idea. She had also no way of knowing, she said, that he was struggling to this degree. But again, the prosecution has yet to take their shot, their kind of first shot at Jennifer Crumbley. So we expect this cross-examination to begin any minute now. There is no telling. It just began. My producer's telling me as we speak. There's no telling how long this could go on. But I should note, Anna, the defense has not made any witness list public. We don't know who witnesses in this case would be for the defense beyond Jennifer Crumbley. So right now, this is kind of all we know as far as what's to come next in this, as you said, absolutely landmark trial.
So at this point, no real sense on how long the defense could present its case or how soon it could go to the jury?
Exactly. And it's really been an interesting sort of earmark of this trial this entire time. And I should note, the defense complained about the prosecution doing the exact same thing when they had control of this case, essentially earlier this week, saying, hey, prosecutors haven't given us a witness list. They're not giving us a heads up as to who they're going to call. The defense attorney, Shannon Smith, complaining repeatedly to the judge, saying she would love to know who's going to take the stand next. Now we're kind of seeing, at least publicly, the same behavior from the defense team, just calling their own client, which, as you know, is incredibly rare, as their first witness, and again, not making their plan known beyond that as to who else they could call. The one kind of detail that we can tell you about what we know not to expect is yesterday they asked the judge again for permission to call Ethan Crumbley to the stand and testify at his mom's trial. The problem there, he's made it clear he will plead the fifth, and the judge said case law, existing case law, prevents a lawyer from calling a client who has made it clear they will plead the fifth. They will not testify. So Ethan will not testify in this trial, the judge has said. And right now, again, Jennifer Crumbley back on the stand being questioned by the prosecution.
Just quickly, Maggie, if you will, any color from the courtroom as to how the jury has reacted to any of her testimony so far?
Yesterday, we saw multiple jurors crying during the testimony. I should note her testimony was preceded yesterday by surveillance video, the prosecution claimed, of the shooting happening, of police officers running past wounded students to stop the shooter. Jurors were crying. Jennifer was crying. We saw her attorney wipe away a tear at one point. This is really hitting jurors hard. We've seen them get emotional. We've also seen them. We have an AP in court right now who says that they are adamantly taking notes, like they have been engaged and dialed in this entire trial. Yesterday, especially when Jennifer was on the stand for close to 4 hours, including multiple breaks, they were just captivated by every word she had to say. So clearly, this is pivotal. Anna.
All right. Maggie Vespa, thank you so much for that reporting from Pontiac, Michigan.